Hi there. Real quick before we jump into the episode. If you enjoy this episode, or any of the other episodes, be sure to give us a follow or subscribe. It would also be great if you shared it with a friend, or better yet, left a review so others can know how awesome it is. Thanks so much. And now, the episode.
Hey there, Press Starters, and welcome to the Press Start Leadership Podcast, the podcast about game-changing leadership, teaching you how to get the most out of your product and development team and become the leader you were meant to be. Leadership coaching and training for the international game industry professional. Now, let me introduce you to your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Christopher Mifsud.
Hey there, Press Starters. Welcome back to another special edition of the Press Start Leadership Podcast. On this week's episode, we're discussing tackling toxic culture as a leader, 5 steps you can take to create lasting change. In the gaming industry, there's constantly talk about toxicity. When problems arise, the justifications tend to pop up too. It's a boys' club. There's an outdated mentality. The wrong people are being supported, and the ever-present, it's always been that way. Regardless of all the excuses, toxic culture is a failure of leadership. If you're a leader in the game industry, it's your responsibility to make things better for all. Here are 5 things you can do to change toxic culture. Say something. You've heard it before, and it's true. If you see something, say something. Sometimes it's warranted to call out behavior in front of the group, and sometimes it's not. If not, take the person aside and have a talk with them. Let them know their behavior won't be tolerated. It may be uncomfortable, but you have to have the conversation. Don't tolerate bad behavior. No one person is worth rooting your whole studio over. When you remove someone who's creating discomfort, the rest of your team will be happier and produce better work. Set boundaries and enforce them. Listen. When people are telling you there's a problem, listen to them. More importantly, believe them. Even more important than that, take action. Take action. Most companies under fire these days are great at saying they're going to do something, but oftentimes don't, perpetrating the status quo. So, here's the trick. Actually do something. Set boundaries. Get rid of people. Make the changes. Empower your HR department. Let human resources take action. Too often this department is complicit in bad behavior, or doesn't take actions because they were hired to protect the company, not the people. Let them know they can do what's right without facing repercussions. If you're currently involved in a toxic culture, change may feel overwhelming. Just like anything else, you just have to take steps forward. Root out the bad apples, make happier apples. It's not as hard as people think. You just need a backbone. If you're ever unsure of whether or not you should say something, remember, silence is complicity. Especially if you are a cis white male in leadership. It's your duty to make change. Looking for more tips on how to lead? Download my free ebook, 5 Heroic Leadership Skills. Don't feel like flipping through digital pages? Check out my YouTube channel and more of my podcast. That's this week's episode of Press Start Leadership Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, thanks for being awesome. Give us a follow, a like, a share, and even a review if you feel like it. We'd really appreciate it. Cheers. If you haven't downloaded my free ebook, 5 Heroic Leadership Skills, click on the link in the description. Tune in next week for your next episode of Press Start Leadership Podcast. Thank you. Oh, hi. And the episode's over, but thanks for sticking around till the end. Be sure to check out more episodes in the playlist and new episodes every week on Monday. Follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. Don't forget to leave a review. Thanks again for being awesome.